Hello friends and welcome to Shaltech. If you are new to this channel, then please subscribe. A robo vacuum is not like a vacuum cleaner. You can use a handheld vacuum cleaner and direct it with your hands to go to different parts of your house and clean different areas at your own will. But in order to control a robo vacuum, you need to create a map using a mobile app. In this tutorial, I will show you how to create a full house map and also to use that map so that in the map you can do things like sequencing the rooms if you want the robo vacuum to go in a particular sequence around your house, or to have a cleaning schedule for it to automatically start from its charging station and clean at particular times, or to custom clean certain areas. So for example, if you've just dropped something in some area, then you can ask the robo vacuum to go and clean that particular area. All this can be done using a mobile app, and for that, the first thing you would have to do is create a map of your house. So this is something the robo vacuum would do by itself. Now I've bought the ECOVACS T9 Plus robo vacuum model, and this is the model that I'll be using to show you how to create a full house map, and then part 2 of the tutorial in this same video is then how to use that map. This is not a sponsored video. Links to all the videos that I mention in this tutorial will be posted in the description below. So make sure you check the description as well. Throughout this video, as you see the DEEBOT creating a map of the house, I will also be talking through various features of the robo vacuum. So please stay with me and DEEBOT through the tutorial. In order to be able to create and successfully use a map such as the one shown above, using the ECOVACS T9 Plus robo vacuum, there are some prerequisites. You would need to have the ECOVACS Home App on your mobile. The robo vacuum must start from its charging station, and it must be located in the area to be mapped. This could be a single floor if you live in a single floor apartment, or it could be a level if you live in a multi-floor house or an apartment. I will be doing a separate video on creating and saving multiple maps. To create a full house map, click on the ECOVACS Home app on your mobile. Once you enter the ECOVACS Home map, click on the Enter Smart Cleaning button. If this is your first time mapping, ideally you should see this screen with the big blue play button. When you click on the big blue play button, the DEEBOT will start from its charging dock and start mapping. To the left is the screen recording of the ECOVACS Home app that has come up. The charging dock here is indicated by the green symbol, and the DEEBOT comes up as the black symbol. You will see that the DEEBOT has started its mapping, and it is starting with my study room first. While mapping, the DEEBOT goes around the boundaries first. That's what it's doing now, and its technology, I believe this is the 3D technology, has started detecting the surrounding areas. So it has started detecting the connecting lounge because the study room opens out to the lounge. As the DEEBOT goes about mapping and detecting the various areas of the house, the map that it is creating comes up as gray in the ECOVACS Home app. Once it has finished the entire house map, that is, once it has finished mapping the entire house, it will bring up a very colorful final map that shows the different areas of the house in different colors. So here you can see that it has started with my study room, and it has now detected the connecting lounge. It would first go around the boundaries of the area that it has detected, and then it will clean that particular area within the boundary before it starts mapping the other areas of the house. So here it is mapping the boundary of the study as well as part of the lounge area, and then it will clean this area, and you'll see that it next moves into the kitchen area that it has started identifying towards the right. Now, because the DEEBOT has detected the study and the lounge area together, you will see in the final map that these two come up as one single area. ECOVACS Home App has got features such as the merge and divide, which I will cover briefly in the second part of this video, but I'll also put up a full video on how to merge and divide rooms so that you can get clean lines and be able to identify the rooms exactly they are rather than having these overlapping boundaries. So the DEEBOT has completed the boundary, which includes the study room as well as part of the lounge area, and now it will start cleaning the area within this particular boundary. So it's now seen cleaning the area before it moves on with mapping the other areas of the house. So here you can see that the DEEBOT has now physically been able to find the kitchen area that it had earlier identified towards the right in the map. It starts creating the boundary around the kitchen area, but first it only creates the boundary around half the kitchen area and cleans that part. So it looks like it has forgotten the top half of the kitchen area, which is to the extreme right in the map. The DEEBOT can sometimes do this. It seems that it has forgotten some areas, but then it will return to those areas and map them. So here you can see the DEEBOT is now cleaning the part of the kitchen area that it has detected, but it will soon move into the top half of the kitchen area that's coming up next in the video, and it will also map and clean that area. The DEEBOT still has to detect the back passage as well as the back rooms. So also coming up in the video is the fact that it will go around the lounge, clean that, and then also identify the back passage and gradually move into the back rooms and clean them before it brings up the final map. Now towards the left you can see the screen recording of the ECOVACS Home app. What is seen here is the map that it has created so far. Towards the bottom you can see that the button that we had pressed now shows a pause. So if you hit the pause, the DEEBOT will pause its mapping and you can resume it at any time. So yes, you can pause the DEEBOT while it is mapping your house, and you can restart it at any point and it will restart from the same location. Also seen is a button called as the virtual boundary. Now let me know if you want to see a video of what the virtual boundary is and what it does. But virtual boundary typically is where you put up a boundary around an area where you don't want the DEEBOT to go and clean. So that's the virtual boundary function. And then there's the recharge function that you can see as well. If you hit this recharge button, the DEEBOT will stop its mapping or cleaning, whatever it's doing, and it will return back to the charging dock. The DEEBOT has now finished mapping and cleaning the kitchen area that can be seen to the extreme right, and it is now moving to the lounge area, and soon it will move into the back passage and start mapping the rooms at the back. So here you can see that it has finished cleaning the lounge area as well as part of the passage before it moves into the back area of the house. The white patches that you can see in the lounge area is where the furniture is placed. So it normally just goes around the furniture. Now, if mapping or cleaning, I found that it sometimes takes time to move between the legs of chairs. So I try and move the chairs out of its way just so that it reduces the cleaning time, but it's perfectly all right to just leave them where they are. Now, just as the DEEBOT continues its mapping function, one additional thing that I wanted to point out was that in the recording of the ECOVACS Home app that you can see to the left, you'll see just above the auto button, there are leaf-like things that are seen coming out. Now, this is because the air freshener is installed in this model, that is the T9 Plus model of the DEEBOT. This was one of the features that I wanted, which is why I bought this model. So this air freshener is the wild bluebell fragrance. Besides this, there are two other fragrances that are available for this particular model and a few other models in this range. The fragrance is not very strong. It gives out like a really faint smell, but it's nice to have. So if you have this model, then the air freshener, it's like a little capsule. So the air freshener needs to be installed in the ECOVACS before you can create your map. The other feature that this particular model has is that it also is able to mop besides vacuum clean. There's a separate attachment called as the Osmo Pro that it uses for mopping, and it has to be swapped with the air freshener attachment before you use the mopping function. So definitely remain subscribed to this channel, and if you haven't subscribed, then please subscribe, because I will be putting up all these videos around mopping, how to do merge and divide around rooms. So just make sure you hit the subscribe button. What you can see now is that the DEEBOT has finished mapping a major part of the house, starting with the study area, the lounge area. It's detected and mapped the entire passage, and then it's identified the two back rooms. It looks like it has forgotten the back room towards the top, but you'll see that it returns back and maps and cleans this room as well. So right now it's in one of the back rooms, so it can go underneath the bed and clean the area under the bed as well. That's what it's doing right now, and soon it will move into the last room, which it seems to have forgotten. If you look at this map, it seems to have forgotten that room at the top, but it will return to it because it's already identified it in the map. One thing that I have not mapped in this particular video, and I am not mapping it as a part of my full house, is the bathroom area, which you can see right next to the green charging station. So that's the bathroom area, and the bathrooms have a little step at the entrance, which means the DEEBOT is unable to climb these areas. So I will be mapping these separately, and I've covered two bathrooms as separate maps in the multiple maps video, which I will be posting shortly. The link will be in the description if you want to see how multiple maps can be saved and stored in the ECOVACS Home App. So now you can see that the DEEBOT has gone back to the room which it seemed to have forgotten, and it is cleaning this room. This is the last room that it will clean before it goes back to its charging dock and brings up the final map. So the DEEBOT, while mapping, also cleans the full house. It has now completed its mapping and it's making its way back to the charging dock. Another good feature of the DEEBOT D9 Plus is that it auto-empties into a disposable bag into the dustbin, so you don't have to get your hands dirty. The DEEBOT has brought up the final map of the house as it's getting onto the dock and getting ready to auto-empty into the dustbin. It's a pretty colorful map, and the map is fairly accurate. I do have a floor plan of this house, and I'll just show the comparison between the floor plan and the areas that the DEEBOT has mapped as a part of its final map. So the DEEBOT has finished auto-emptying into the dustbin, and it has brought up the final map. I will be giving this map a name by simply tapping on map 1 that's come up towards the top of the mobile app. The map in itself that it has brought up, it's called each of the area as room 1, room 2, etc. And we will be renaming these areas using the edit area function. Just a little bit later on, that's what's coming up in the video. Right now I'm calling this map home, and then you simply press done, and that should save the map as home. There is a map icon that comes up at the bottom. If you click this map icon, that's where you'll see the full house map has been stored and it's been called as home.
So if you click on the map icon in the ECOVACS Home App and bring up your home map, now if you look at the bottom, you'll see three icons there. The first one here, that is the virtual boundary. I'll put up a separate video on this, but virtual boundary is when you want to tell the DEEBOT not to go to a particular area. That's where you put a virtual boundary in that area. The next one is edit areas. This is the one that we are going to use now, as I'm just showing you some of the basics around the mapping side of things. And the third one is name map. Name map, this is really simple. So basically, we can use this if you just want to rename the map again. I can call it as, let's say, home 1, and it should then just rename that. See, it's updating that now. It's called it as home 1, but I just want to leave it at home, so I'm just going to remove the 1 and then click on it. Just simply tap anywhere and to save the name of your map if you need to rename it. Alright, so with this map, if I can use the map as it is, because if you just start the DEEBOT on your next clean, it will just go around this house and it will just clean all these areas.
So far we have seen in the video how to create a full house map, save the map, and view the map using the map icon in the ECOVACS Home app, which takes you to where the map is stored, and from there, if you choose to, you can also rename the map if you don't like the name that you have given the map. Before we move on to the second part of the video, which is to see actually how to use this map, what I did was a bit of a comparison with the actual floor plan to make sure that the full house map that the DEEBOT has created is laid out properly, and it has brought up all the areas that it should be. In the comparison, you can see that it has covered all the areas, which is the study room, the lounge, the kitchen, the passage, the 2 back rooms, as well as the bathroom areas. When the DEEBOT brings up the full house map, it does not name these rooms automatically. So it does not call them as study room or lounge room. It brings them up as room 1, room 2, room 3, room 4. I'll show you in the video next how to name these areas. So instead of calling them room 1, room 2, you can actually call them study, lounge, kitchen, passage, etc.
So if you click on the map icon in the ECOVACS Home app and bring up your home map, if you go to edit areas, then what it will let you do, so now you can see it's on edit areas. Using edit areas, you can click on this, and for area name, I can click on this and it will bring up this kind of a screen, and I can just name this area to let's call it study room, and then click save. So you can see it's now named it as study room. And similarly, if we then select, you can select or deselect things. So if I just select this room 2, and then if I go into area name, and then I can just call it lounge, and then do a save. Similarly, let's click on the yellow one and go to area name, and then I click this. I don't want to call it room 4, so I'm going to call it passage, do a save. So it's now, call this room passage. Similarly, I'll go here, go to area name. Maybe I'll call this sleep. And I just want to use this emoji that has come up. It allows me to use the emoji. And then if I click on save, so it's changed the room name now to sleep. And then over here, I go to another room, change the area name. Don't want it as room 6, so I will call it gym room. And I think there's an icon here that I can use for fitness. There it is. That's the fitness icon. So it changes the fitness icon out here if I've chosen this one. Or you can even put, let's say an emoji has come up, so maybe we'll put an emoji out there to show that it's a fitness room, and then hit save.
So far, we have seen how to create a full house map, save the map, name and rename the map, as well as name particular areas on the map. So instead of calling them room 1, room 2, as the DEEBOT calls them when it brings up the final map, we have renamed room 1, room 2, etc. to kitchen, lounge, passage, and so on. We now move on to the second part of the video on how to use the map, starting with sequencing, which is to make the DEEBOT go around the house, cleaning the rooms in a particular sequence. After sequencing, we'll see how to select particular areas on the map. This can be done using the area icon in the ECOVACS Home App. Using this icon, we can select one or more areas as seen on the map. So you can select your entire kitchen and or your entire lounge or your entire passage or an entire room, and just ask the DEEBOT to go and clean these selected areas. Following the area selection and cleaning, we'll see how to select a custom area using the custom icon in the ECOVACS Home App. Now, custom area cleaning and selection is different to area cleaning and selection. So custom area cleaning is where you just want to select an area yourself, which is you can just chalk out an area where you might have dropped something or something that you want to clean within the kitchen or within the lounge, and ask the DEEBOT to just go and clean that particular area. And finally, the last two parts of the video will cover cleaning schedule, which means if you want the DEEBOT to automatically start cleaning at certain dates and certain times, then you can set up a cleaning schedule. And lastly, we'll see the merge and divide, which is, I've just covered the basics of merge and divide in brief in this video, and I'll put up a full video of merge and divide. Link will be in the description of this video, so make sure you check the description and remain subscribed to this channel.
In order to sequence the rooms, go to the ECOVACS Home App, enter Smart Cleaning, now the home map comes up over here, and now you know the auto button. Just above the button, this word auto, you'll see a little gray arrow here. You'll see the gray arrow here. All you need to do is swipe it up. Just over here you'll see cleaning sequence, and it says the cleaning sequence is not yet set. So just against this row you'll see another gray arrow. Just click over here and it will bring up the home map. So it says here at the bottom, please tap on the areas to set the cleaning sequence. The DEEBOT will follow the preset order when performing auto or area cleaning. So what you can do here is once you start tapping on these areas, it will start numbering them in the order that you tap. So let's say I want the DEEBOT to clean this area first, the green area second, then passage 1, which is the blue area, is number 3. Then I wanted to clean this back room here, and then this room, and then lastly number 6, which is this passage area in yellow. All you need to do is click on save, and now you can see that the cleaning sequence, there is a new text here that says DEEBOT will follow the preset sequence when performing auto or area cleaning. So if you go back into this time you'll see, because you've saved the sequence, you'll see the sequence here that you've set. So the next time when you start cleaning the DEEBOT and you press that blue auto button, the DEEBOT will clean it in this order that you have set. So let's see if I can, so if you click on, alright, so you'll see that on the main screen here, just where you can see the auto button, this is where the area sequence also can be seen. So next time you clean, all you need to do is just go to the ECOVACS Home app and click on this big blue button, and it will just clean the areas in this sequence. Alright, so if you now want to, so now that we have sequenced these areas, let's say if you don't want to clean the entire house, you just want to clean a particular area on the map. You can select whichever area you want to clean. So let's say I want to clean this blue area on the top left hand corner, which I've named as passage 1, and I don't want the DEEBOT to clean the entire house. Then what I need to do is just click on area, and you can see the map now with all the areas which you have sequenced and numbered, but these are currently all grayed out, like the colors are not standing out. So if you want, you can select the area, one or more area that you want to clean. So I'm going to select, see if I can select and deselect this area. So I've deselected it. So I'm going to select this area. You can select more than one area as well, so I can select both these areas. So the DEEBOT will then just go to these areas to, and just clean both of them. But yeah, I just want one area, which is this area. I'm just picking a small area for the purpose of demonstration. So and then when you click on this blue button, that's when DEEBOT will start, and it will go straight to this area, and it will clean only this area, and it will return back to the charging station. So let's see how it does that. So whether it's custom cleaning or full cleaning, the DEEBOT will still chalk out the boundary of the area that it has to clean, like it's done here, and then it will clean that area. Yeah, so it's finished cleaning this area, and now it's just going to make its way all the way back. So it's made its way all the way back, and then it just goes back to the charging station.
Starting charging. Emptying the dustbin.
So once the DEEBOT has completed the cleaning, it'll bring up a message that says cleaning complete, view the cleaning log. And you can view the cleaning log either by clicking on this message. Right on top you will see the latest area that has been cleaned, which is the blue passage area. So if I just click on this gray arrow here, it will show that it has cleaned this area which has been highlighted, and that it is done 2 minutes of cleaning and the area is 2 square meters. Now I've picked up a smaller area, but it'll show the same for bigger areas or more than one area if you've picked more than one area to clean. So far what we have done is sequencing the rooms in just one area on the map, which is shown by the white lines, which the DEEBOT has cleaned and it's gone back to its charging station. And the custom button can be used only to clean a small area within one of these areas. So for example, if I look at the study area, it's actually covering this area here, number 1, covers the kitchen, a part of the lounge area, and covers this room as well. So if I select this entire area, the DEEBOT is going to end up cleaning the whole thing. I probably don't want it to clean this whole area. It could just be that I've dropped something in my kitchen, let's say, and I just wanted it to clean a small area in the kitchen. Now, in order to select that area, you just have to go to custom, and here you can see these blue lines. So you can adjust the square. Let's say I just want a really small area in my kitchen. Go wrong with this, you can simply click on the cross button and this line will go away. And then if you just come back, enter smart cleaning, go back to custom, and it'll bring up this blue square again. So let's say I just want to clean this area here. So I select this area, and then what I need to do is press this button. So again, the DEEBOT has started. So DEEBOT has found the area in the kitchen. So see, it's brought up the cleaning complete message now, and it's making its way back to the charge.
Starting charging. Emptying the desk bin.
And so it says that it has completed cleaning. And now if you click on this message, it will take you straight to the cleaning log. It says custom cleaning. And when you click on custom cleaning, it will show you the area that it has custom cleaned, which is marked by this blue box here. So that's 1 meter square and took 1 minute to clean it. So I've selected small areas deliberately for demonstration, but you can select larger areas over here. So it specifically labels it as cleaning complete and custom cleaning. So this chapter is to talk through how you can schedule a DEEBOT to clean at a particular time. So in order to do that, what you need to do is in the ECOVACS Home App, just above this auto button, you can see this gray arrow. So just swipe that up and then scroll. So you'll see for the cleaning schedule, it says no cleaning schedule as yet. So just on this row, press the gray arrow. Now I did set some cleaning schedules earlier, so if you've set any earlier, they'll just show up here and you can either enable them or disable them. So that's just my screen recorder. So if you have set any cleaning schedules earlier, they'll just show up here. Both of these are disabled and I can just enable them or disable them, or I can create a new one. So to create a new one, it will then bring up the screen and it says new schedule, and you can just select a time here. So let's say if I want it to do a cleaning at 10 o'clock, so I'll just set it to 10 o'clock, that's 22. So it's now set to 10 o'clock. And the other options that are there is it can auto clean. So if it's set to auto clean, it will just clean the whole area. In this case, it's the full house, so it will just clean that full house map. Or you'll have to select a particular area. So you can then go and select a particular area out here. Sorry, this is my screen recorder which is coming up to the left, but you can select a particular area out here. So you can select again your passage, or deselect that, or select this area, or maybe select two areas, which is this one and this one. It's up to you. I don't want to select a particular area, so I'll just leave it at auto. So what this setting is going to do is it's going to clean the full house at 10 o'clock, and then I can click on enable this repeat. So if I don't enable the repeat, then it will just clean the full house once on the same day at 10 o'clock in the night. But if I hit on repeat, I can select for it to repeat on certain days of the week. So let's say I want it to clean it on Wednesday and I want to clean it on Friday at 10 o'clock in the night. Or maybe you could select another day, say Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 10 o'clock in the night. And then we just click on save button and you will see this new schedule is now here. It says auto cleaning, which means clean the whole house on Monday, Wednesday and Friday, 10 p.m. And this is currently enabled. Now if you don't want the DEEBOT to clean the house at 10 p.m, you can just disable it. Right, so yeah, you can enable or disable whatever times you want it to clean from the screen here. And so when you now click on auto, you'll see we have no cleaning schedule. If you enable this, okay, so if you go on auto now, and you'll see this cleaning schedule, it says as the next cleaning is scheduled for tomorrow at 22 am, or whatever time that you fixed it on. The text will then come up and change because you have a schedule here that you have enabled. So we have now sequenced the areas of this full house map, selected a particular area on the map and let the DEEBOT clean that area. We've selected a custom area on the map and let the DEEBOT clean that area. And then we also set up a schedule for the DEEBOT to clean at a certain time on certain days in the week. The only thing now left is, and it's your choice if you want to use the merge and divide function. So here what you can see is that while I have the full map here, it's picked up all the rooms, the lounge area, the study, etc., the kitchen, but I don't have clean lines for each of the rooms. So the passage is actually split into two. I want this as a single passage. because if I want to clean just the passage, then I don't want to be selecting these two areas, just want the single passage. Similarly, I want this room to come up as a separate room, the kitchen to come up as a separate area rather than being merged with the lounge to come up separate, and this passage you can see is going a little bit inside this other room, so it's not a clean line. So I just want the areas to be clearer than they are. So then I'm going to use the merge and divide function in order to do that. So to use the merge and divide function, you go to edit. You can do this with your fingers as well. Go to edit map. So it brings up the map. Now in edit map, you can see the edit areas. Under edit areas, now you can see that the merge and divide buttons are enabled. And so if you've got multiple maps, sometimes you'll see that these areas are grayed out if the map is not in use and if you've been using another map which is being stored in this app. But that's something I've explained in detail in the multiple maps. So for this full house mapping, we've got the merge and divide, which is enabled. In this case, it's just one map. So what I now want to do is, I have this, like I said, I have this passage, it's going into this room. So I'm going to use, I just want this room as a whole. I don't want this passage area going in here. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to use divide. And it's asking me to select the areas that I want to edit using the divide function. So I'm going to select this area. And then go divide this area. So when I hit on divide, I get on the selected area, this line appears. And then what I need to do is make sure I get a gray line. So this is where I need to divide it, just so when you see a line like this, that is, it's got dashes here, but this is exactly where the other room starts, and then the passage shouldn't be going inside here. This is the entrance to one of the back rooms. So this line has to become thick at that particular door entrance, and then all I need to do is tick. So see, it has now split this yellow area into two. So I've got the passage in clear. So now I can use the merge function to merge this gym room with this other area that it has split the yellow area from. So in order to do this, I'm going to select these two areas first because I want to merge them, because this whole area is one room. So I select both these areas which I need to merge, and then just hit on merge. So when I click on merge, you can see that it has merged both these areas and it's now become a single area, a single green area. Similarly, the passage is one area, so if I click on this and the blue part of it, and I merge these two because it's just one passage, so I click on these two areas and then I hit merge. So now I've got my passage as the whole. Then we come to the lounge room and the study room here. So the study room I do want to split because it's this is too big an area, and I want to split the kitchen as well. So I'm going to select the study room, and this is sort of the entrance into the study room. So I'm going to divide this because I want to split these two areas. So I'll go to divide, click on divide, and now I see that this vertical line has come up. So I'm going to try and make this line horizontal. So friends, in order to properly divide that complicated area into a proper study room, lounge, as well as kitchen, it takes a bit of a while. So I will be posting a full video on merge and divide soon. Make sure you remain subscribed to this channel. In this video, I have only covered the basics of merge and divide in brief. Thank you for staying till the end of this video. Hopefully you enjoyed this video where we showed you how to create a full house map using the ECOVACS Home App and the DEEBOT T9 Plus model, as well as how to use that map. And we've shown various features like sequencing, selecting and cleaning a particular area on the map, custom cleaning, as well as scheduling your DEEBOT to clean at particular dates and particular times, and finally the basics of merge and divide. Whether you're using this particular brand and model or whether you're using another brand or model, let me know in the comments how you went with your mapping and using that map. Thank you so much and see you soon.